Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Blanca and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Blanca's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed. And the only correction that we give is a little tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Blanca is going to come home with her very own training equipment, and Rich will be teaching you how to use it properly during your follow-up training session on Wednesday. Now, if you notice, Blanca is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that they're going to demonstrate for us is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking without dragging you down the street, and the command is Blanca, heel. Now at this point, Blanca has a job to do, and that is to maintain pace with Rich when they're walking. Not forging ahead or lagging behind, but always maintaining pace with you. So that if you speed up, she should speed up. If you slow down, she should slow down. If you change direction, she should do the same. And Rich talks to her, coaxes her, praises her, does anything that he has to do to get her motivated and keep her going. When he stops, she's been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. Now, she is a dog that requires a lot of praise, a lot of trust. She is, I don't want to say that she's a nervous dog. She has the Dogo personality in that she'll bark at strangers, bark at, situations that don't suit her, but she is very mild-mannered and needs a lot of coaxing. Now, the next exercise that Rich is going to demonstrate for you is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, you do not use her name. It's the one-word firm command to stay. Stay. Now, your long sit-stay, when you're practicing at home, you're going to start out at about 30 to 45 seconds, and you're going to slowly work up to 3 minutes. This is a self-control exercise for her, and again, a trust exercise. You can practice this indoors as well as outdoors. When Rich returns back to her, he walks all the way around her, returning all the way back to where they started. He stops at her shoulders, and at this point, she expects to get another command, and he'll heel her out of that exercise. And she can be a little temperamental. Nice automatic sit. Nice sit and another stay. She's listening to the squirrels in the trees, is what she's being distracted by. But you have to work her through any distraction. She has to do these exercises as they've been taught. Now this time, instead of returning all the way back to her, Rich is going to use her name. He's going to lighten his tone of voice, and he's going to call her. This is the come on command. She should come right in front of you, and she should sit. She should never put her front feet on you or jump up. She goes back to heel and back sitting. She's also a little temperamental right now because she's in season, so that makes the girls a little bit silly. Nice automatic sit. Rich leaves her in a stay. He's going to walk out to the end of the leash and turn to face her. He makes her hold that, and you can practice this sit-stay indoors as well as outdoors. He's going to use her name, and he's going to call her in. He praises her on the way in, so she knows she's doing the right thing. She goes back to heel position and back sitting. Now the next commands that we're going to be working on are our series of down commands, and there are 2. So Rich is going to demonstrate your down commands for you. The first is the down from a heel position. And if you notice, she's loose leash walking, not dragging, not forging. Down. Use your left open palm straight down toward the ground and the one-word command to down and stay. Your long down stay when you're practicing at home, you're going to work up to 5-minute long down stay. So always have her seated before you attempt to put her into a down. Left open palm straight down toward the ground, down, and then the hand command to stay. And then you walk out to the end of your leash. When Rich returns back to her, he's again going to walk all the way around her. Now she should have stayed lying down, so he corrected her. Returns all the way back around her, back to heel. And they take off heeling again. And Rich will demonstrate that heel or that down command again for you. And Rich will have a whole packet of information for you, a lot of instruction, everything any question that you have, he will answer for you during your lesson on Wednesday. Left open palm straight down toward the ground, the one-word command to down and stay. Now you can mix your commands up so that she's not anticipating her commands. Rich is going to call her out of that down. Good girl, Blanca. She's not the most confident Dogo that I've ever met. She acts like it when she's behind a gate or a fence, but once you get her on leash and you start doing obedience with her, you see how kind of shy she really is. She's not the most confident Dogo. And it comes off sometimes as aggression, but with a couple of treats, she's friends with everybody. Now the last command that we're going to demonstrate for you is her down from a distance. So again, you're going to have her seated. You leave her in a sit-stay. You turn to face her. You're going to use your right hand this time to give the command. You're going to tell her to down. That is your down from a distance. Now we have demonstrated for you all of Blanca's formal on-leash obedience commands. We are going to be here for you after she goes home. Please feel free to reach out, email, call, ask questions that you have regarding her, because there's been a lot of work put in with her in other areas too. Confidence building, her house breaking, crate training, all of those things. So we're here for you at any time at Nora's Dog Training Company, and we want to thank you again for choosing us to train Blanca. See you soon.